The Xyrath Military Academy prided itself on being the most elite institution in the Orion sector. Generations of warriors had trained within its obsidian walls, warriors who could crush boulders with their bare claws and survive vacuum exposure for minutes at a time. No human had ever set foot there, until Lieutenant Kara Briggs arrived. The official reason, according to the Academy's records, was civilian medical exchange, a cooperative effort between the United Terran Fleet and the Xyrath Empire to share medical advancements. In practice, it was a polite way of saying the Xyrath didn't trust humans enough to let their soldiers near them, except in a support role. So, Kara was assigned as school nurse. It amused her. The Academy wasn't exactly a place for scraped knees or bruised egos. Its students were battle-born, lizard-like beings with fangs, scales, and 3 hearts. Still, injuries happened. Training drones exploded. Plasma blades slipped. And that's where Nurse Briggs stepped in. She wore no armor, no weapons, just a Navy medical coat with the Terran insignia, an old Earth caduceus woven in silver thread. The cadets, towering and clawed, often mocked her as they passed. "Careful, human," one sneered. "Wouldn't want you to break if a breeze hits." Kara smiled pleasantly. "Don't worry. I don't break easily." They laughed, as aliens often did when they didn't understand what humans had endured. Weeks passed. The cadets continued their grueling drills, zero-gravity combat, live plasma exercises, survival in toxic atmospheres. Kara patched up more soldiers in a month than most medics did in a year. The Xyrath instructors grudgingly admitted she was efficient, quick, unflinching. But the cadets? They still mocked her. Especially Instructor Koth, a hulking commander with a scar running from jaw to chest, earned, he often bragged, from slaying a rogue war beast. One afternoon, during a plasma bay exercise, an energy drone malfunctioned. It discharged midair, exploding near a trainee squad. Several cadets were thrown across the chamber. One, barely conscious, bled from a gash that smoked where the plasma had seared him. Before Koth could even shout for medics, Kara was already there. She knelt beside the writhing cadet, calm amidst chaos. "Easy, soldier. Stay still." Her kit was open in seconds. She injected a cooling agent directly into the wound, then pressed a skin-weave patch, one designed for human use, but adaptable. The plasma burn hissed, sizzled, and then the pain stopped. The cadet blinked up at her. "You move fast, human." Kara gave a small smile. "You'd be surprised what adrenaline does to us." Koth watched, arms folded, nostrils flaring. Impressive. For someone who's never seen combat. Kara didn't look up. Who said that? That night, curiosity burned through the cadet ranks. Who was this human nurse, really? She wasn't just fast. She was efficient. Too efficient. So one of them, Cadet Vrax, decided to sneak a look at her personnel file. He accessed the Terran database under cover of darkness, bypassing weak encryption protocols. But the file wasn't what he expected. Name: Lieutenant Kara Briggs. Branch: Terran Fleet, Special Operations Medical Corps. Service record: classified. Notes: survived the siege of Titan 9. Commendations: Silver Star for Valor, Cross of Persistence, wounded in action thrice. Status: retired, medical transfer. Vrax froze. The siege of Titan 9 was legend. It was said only 12 humans had survived. Entire alien divisions had been wiped out. He showed his friends. Soon, word spread like wildfire. By morning, every cadet knew that the quiet human nurse had once fought through one of the bloodiest campaigns in Galactic history. The next day, Koth summoned her. He met her in the training dome, surrounded by cadets pretending not to stare. I hear stories, human, he rumbled. That you fought at Titan 9. That you saw death and lived. Kara looked at him evenly. I didn't live because I was stronger. I lived because others didn't. Rakoth sneered. Words. I wish to see this strength. He gestured to the combat floor, a wide, circular pit filled with drones, set to non-lethal mode. Join the demonstration. Show my cadets what human warriors can do. Kara sighed, tugging off her coat. Beneath it, the cadets saw old scars, some puckered, some seared deep, one that wrapped around her forearm like a serpent. Rakoth froze for a heartbeat. Those weren't the marks of accidents. Those were combat wounds. Still, he activated the drones. The first charged. Kara sidestepped, letting it rush past before jamming her elbow into its sensor array. It collapsed with a hiss. The second lunged from above. She rolled, grabbed a fallen staff, and brought it down with a crack that made even Rakoth's jaw tighten. 3 drones down, then 5, then 10. When the last drone fired, she caught its wrist and drove her knee into its joint until metal gave way. The whole fight took under a minute. Silence followed. Rakoth blinked. You are a healer? Kara wiped her brow. Still am. I just learned how to stop the bleeding before it starts. The cadets stared. Some in awe, some in fear. Over the next weeks, things changed. The cadets stopped mocking her. They started saluting. Rakoth invited her to strategy lectures. She spoke not of killing, but of survival. You think strength is dominance, she told them once. But strength is endurance. Humans don't have claws or scales. We bleed easy. We break bones. Yet we keep going. That's why your generals fear us. One cadet raised a claw. Is that why you fought at Titan 9? Kara hesitated, then nodded slowly. Because someone had to hold the line when the rest fell. A silence fell over the hall. For the first time, the Xyrath warriors understood why Terrans were called Deathworlders. Months later, during the Academy's final combat trial, an accident changed everything. A training mech malfunctioned. Its safety limiters failed. Its plasma core overheated. The machine went berserk, tearing through the arena, hurling cadets aside like toys. Instructors screamed for evacuation. Kara ran toward the mech. She dodged debris, sprinted across the collapsing floor, and leapt onto the mech's back. Sparks burned her hands, but she didn't stop. With a medic's precision, she drove a plasma injector into the mech's joint and fired. The energy surged, then the mech exploded outward in a flash of blue light. When the smoke cleared, Kara stood there, bleeding, half her coat shredded. The mech lay in ruin. The cadets, every single one, dropped to one knee. Rakoth stepped forward, voice hoarse. Why would you risk your life for us? Kara smiled faintly. Because I've already lost too many soldiers I couldn't save. From that day on, the school nurse became legend. The cadets no longer feared her. They respected her. They sought her advice, carried her lessons into the field. And when they graduated, they carried one Terran phrase with them, written on the walls of the Academy's infirmary in silver ink. She healed our bodies and taught us how to heal our fear. Years later, on a distant battlefield, when Xyrath troops fought alongside Terrans once more, a young alien soldier ducked behind cover, clutching a wound. His comrade shouted, "Medic, we need help." And the soldier, through gritted teeth, laughed softly. "Don't worry," he said. "I've had worse. Nurse Briggs taught us that pain just means we're still alive."